Hello, this is at Artist Fluid. Thank you so much for returning. I highly appreciate it. So this video, as per the title, is about layering and watercolor techniques. So for the first portion of this video, you can see that I'm essentially drawing the design and then going over with a more saturated of the colors and going around it to make that negative space. There's plenty of other videos about that, so I won't necessarily bore you with the details. One of the lessons I learned is that first layer, although you do want it to be light, you don't want it necessarily as light as mine. I do like the way it pops. However, even though it had a very light wash of green and blues and yellows and things, it did come across as essentially nothing. Like, it pretty much looked white, as you can see, which is, I mean, okay, but it wasn't necessarily the effect I was going for. So I come back after layer after layer after layer and layer, and then another layer of the coloring to make it stand out more and more and more. So it kind of gives that effect of like background and trees and things, and that's really where I was going for. So as you can see, as it keeps going, I keep going darker and darker. So I actually used 6 different tones, and my base colors were dark green, sap green, yellow, black, and then raw umber. So the first mix was sap green and umber. The second one was just sap green and yellow, and then blue. Oh yeah, blue and yellow, which make green per primary colors, of course. And then I used the dark green and yellow together as well, and that's what gave the effect. The really, really bright one is going to be sap green and yellow, and it makes it pop. So the inspiration behind this whole image is from EarthGain's music video for Stuck. And I don't know if you've watched it, but I would definitely recommend it because it's poppin', and just the general aesthetic of it all is what inspired this. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form for EarthGang. I'm just a super big fan. I actually watched them perform live a couple of months ago, and it was with Smino and EarthGang and then a couple of other people, and it was one of the best shows I've ever been to because, like, it was lit. Like, legit, they had the crowd completely going, and their music always hits hard, but especially at the concert. So since then, I've been really stuck on an EarthGang trip. I've been listening to everything. I watch their videos as soon as they drop. I highly recommend for you to watch Stuck by EarthGang. I'll actually put a link in the description for you so that you can go and see where the inspiration came from. I'm not going to give too much of the video away. It's just a general aesthetic of it. So if you go and watch the video, you'll see exactly where I pulled from the concept altogether. And as you can see, I'm layering darker and darker and darker until I eventually get to black. And it's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. So here I am going in with black. What I didn't account for was the amount of detail and patience it was actually going to take to complete this. I thought it would be a pretty quick painting, but in 5 minutes and 18 seconds, you're literally watching like 6 hours of my life. And this video was me skipping through a lot of portions, and it's actually sped up 16 times. So it is exponentially faster than what really occurred here. I didn't think it would take this long, so if you're thinking about doing the layering technique, I would highly recommend that you start with a darker color than you anticipate. Please use my errors to make better judgments for yourself, because apparently I can't make them on my own. So in case you're wondering how I got the black so dark, I've actually started using different pigments in with my watercolors to see what kind of effects they have. So the black that you see here is in no way actually black. That's from a watercolor set. It's actually black tattoo ink. I just have it laying around, so I thought, why not? And it looks beautiful on the paper. Like, it shines through way better than a normal black. So that portion you just watched with the cup, I thought I could just do a crisper outline with it, considering that's the size circle I used. No, that's not a thing. So in case you're wondering, take from my failure again, that does not work. Sponging the outside of a cup isn't going to give a glowing halo effect. It does look pretty cool, but it's not going to give you those crisp cut lines. So I'm all done, and there's the black light. I highly appreciate you watching. Here's some up close and personal pics. If you want to see more, definitely check out my Instagram or my Etsy, because all things are up for sale. And if you love me and support me, definitely tag Earth Gang in the comments on my Instagram post, because I want for them to see it, just because they drew all the inspiration to me. Here's some black light shots and glow in the dark. Thank you.